Hi, everybody. Dan Illman, Mike Beer, the DRF.com Formulator Race of the Day for Sunday, October the 8th is race number 8 at Belmont Park. Let's take a look at the field for the Grade 1 Flower Bowl Invitational at 1.25 miles on the inner turf. Our coverage is presented by Fasig-Tipton. The number 3, Decita, the number 5, Boli, are both cataloged for the November sale at Fasig-Tipton to be held on the evening of November the 6th in Lexington, Kentucky. Remember to head on over to the Race of the Day event page on DRF.com. Download your free Formulator past performances and handicap along with us as we take this field in post-position order. And Mike, the number 1, Grand Jeté, one of 2 quality runners in here, trained by Chad Brown, just had a nightmare trip. It was probably best in the Beverly D.
I would say that she was best in the Beverly D. That was a very unlucky loss for this horse, who just looked like she was full of run down on the inside and just couldn't get clear until it was too late. I mean, she's run 4 times for Chad since she got here back in April. I mean, one win more impressive than the next one, and she probably, again, should have won last time. I mean, she looks like she's really good to me, Dan. Maybe you're a little worried about the 1.25 miles for her. I don't know. I mean, she won 1 mile and 3/16 last time. It seemed fine. I mean, I got to believe she's really tough to beat in here.
Look at the Timeform U.S. pace projector for this race, and you got to think they're going to be going real slow, because Grand Jeté has never been on the lead in her 4 races in North America. It's never been close. And we've got her not only on the lead, but on an easy, clear lead in here. Something tells me that somebody in this Grade 1 $400,000 race is going to take up the running, and that's more than likely going to be Zakova, the 4.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be Grand Jeté. I mean, I would be surprised if they put her on the front in this race. Not that it would be the worst idea in the world, but I just don't think they'll do it. You might be right. Maybe you'll see the European on the lead.
I mean, the only reason I would think that Zakova, who was a pace-pressing winner in her lone start in North America against the boys, isn't on the lead is because they went 56-2 over a boggy turf course that day. I think she'll make the lead in here. The 2 is Warflag, sort of an interesting under-the-radar contender in this race for Shug McGahee. Shug had mentioned leading up to the Glens Falls, he was very concerned about the tight turns at Saratoga for this filly, and maybe that took some of the oomph out of Warflag, finishing 3rd as the favorite behind Harmonize. I was a little bit disappointed with that performance, but it still was a fast race, and she has a little bit of upside potential still. I just wonder, will she be compromised by the lack of pace?
Yeah, we'll see if she can work out the right trip, and obviously she's going to have to up her game if she's going to beat the 2 favorites today. I mean, she looks like she's pretty good right now, and she's still lightly raced enough that you could continue to project improvement for her, and I suspect she will continue to get better, but she's going to really have to improve to beat these 2 favorites in here.
Decita very quietly has won 10 of 19 starts, $1.3 million, multiple Grade 1 stakes winner, never really seems to get the respect she deserves. But it must be noted that in the Beverly D, while Grand Jeté was just buried down inside and had nowhere to go, Decita got a clear run.
Yeah, she had the clear running down the outside, but to her credit, she did what she always does. She just came running at the end. She never wins by a lot, but she makes it count when she gets there, man. A couple of Grade 2s, a couple of Grade 1s since she got over here. She's a really nice horse. Maybe she'll have a tough time if Grand Jeté gets a clean trip and Zakova shows up with her good race. But, I mean, would you be shocked if Decita beat this field? I wouldn't be surprised at all.
You're never shocked when she wins a race, and I think you could make the argument that the 1.25 miles really suits this horse. It's still a little bit of an unknown for Grand Jeté. Zakova might actually want to go a little bit farther. She's done very well at 1.25 miles. Decita, you can never count her out, and 3-1 in the morning line is a very fair price. Zakova, the number 4, 1 star in North America. It was back in May. It was against the boys. She was bet like she couldn't lose once she got that yielding ground that supposedly she absolutely needs, and she ran off and hid to the tune of a 107 Beyer speed figure. Was it a situation of A, pace, more importantly, B, ground, or is she that kind of horse?
I guess we'll find out. I mean, she's pretty clearly a good horse. I mean, she has group form from over there before she even got here, and she was really good winning that race. Now, do you really think she's a 107 kind of horse? I don't know, if only because of that race. I mean, she had so many things go her way. First of all, I know it was against the boys, but let's be honest, it wasn't the strongest. She might be facing a tougher field here than she faced in the Man of War, and a yielding course that she just loves, and a lot of those horses do not like at all. And talk about a Euro pace. I mean, they went a Euro pace, and they absolutely strolled, and then she she laid it down in the stretch and absolutely buried that field. Really impressive win, but it had a lot go her way, too. I mean, I don't know. Maybe she's better than these horses, but I think she's going to find this a little tougher.
And she returned to
She left firm
Ireland in
ground
two
today.
races after that. And listen, she didn't exactly go back in the
Yeah,
same
that's
kind
true.
of form. You have to wonder if maybe the Man of War took some of the starch out of her. But she does have perhaps an advantageous pace scenario working for her. Bowley adds blinkers for Brendan Walsh. This horse took on some good competition, to be sure, last time out of Kentucky Downs against Miss Temple City, against Zipessa. Distance, a little bit of a question mark, as well as some class tests.
Yeah, she's just in against some horses. I mean, she's never been in against horses like this. Well, Miss Temple City, obviously, the good Miss Temple City is this kind of horse, but I don't know if she's the same horse now. This horse has, the one win, 3 starts back, in a little stakes race where she just got a perfect trip to get it done.
Guilty 12, who finished last in the weigh-in at Saratoga, preceded a small layoff for trainer Graham Motion. Again, this is a mare that has been, for the most part, other than the weigh-in, very, very consistent in North America for Graham Motion.
Yep.
But that last race was distressing, to say the least.
Yeah, I was surprised she ran as poorly as she did there, so I thought she'd run a lot better than that. It was a disappointing effort. Maybe she can bounce back. She's going to have to, because she's facing way better horses here. And she's another one of those horses, she just likes to sit back and make one run. That may not play in this race.
Pick time for the Grade 1 Flower Bowl, the DRF.com formulator race of the day. You're going with Grand Jeté. I mean, all the trouble and last time out, everybody saw it, and she was so brilliant in all of her other North American races. If you give her a fair pace and a fair trip, she's the one to beat.
Yeah, I guess she is. I don't, it's funny. I saw they made her the morning line favorite. I don't know if she deserves to be over Zakova based on the race that Zakova ran over here. But we'll see. I like her, though. I think Grand Jeté is pretty good.
Zakova, I think, is going to get to the front in here. I don't think the pace is going to be fast. We'll see if she can hold off a stout challenge from not only Grand Jeté, but a good Decida and an up-and-coming War Flag. It should be a real fun edition of the Grade 1 Flower Bowl, perhaps an important prep for the Breeders' Cup Filly and Mare Turf. It's race number 8 at Belmont Park on Sunday, and if you are playing the Sunday Belmont card, please sign up for DRF Bets. You'll be rewarded with a $300 bonus by going to drf.com/fall and using the promo code FALL300. Approximate post time for the Flower Bowl, 4:46 Eastern. Best of luck.